Hello, welcome to my channel. Several people have commented, why not use a tent instead of your bicycle camper? It's much simpler. In my initial video, I take quite a while to set up the camper because I'm explaining it as I go. That's why some people are under the impression that setting up the tent is faster. So in this video, I'm going to tell you why I prefer my camper to my tent. I'll follow this by a comparison between setting up my bicycle camper and my tent in real time to show the difference. First, why I prefer my Beriault Bicycle Camper to my Eureka Midori 2 tent and panniers. As you will see, the camper can be set up in half the time it takes to set up a tent. Taking it down is also faster than with my tent. It requires only 2 pegs as opposed to 18 with my Eureka tent. I don't have to clear the sharp stones and sticks and debris of the area I've selected to set it up. I'll never be sleeping on a bump or in a depression. I don't need a ground sheet to protect the bottom and to keep it clean as I would with my tent. It allows me to carry much more cargo than I would with panniers or saddlebags. Delicate objects like eggs or fruit don't get squashed. I'll never have rain soaking through the floor no matter how hard it rains. My things are well organized in easy access boxes. The trailer can be used as a table for having lunch en route. It's a conversation piece like you wouldn't believe. It's simply a lot of fun. Now for real-time demonstrations. Okay, first thing is to remove the wheels. It's simply a matter of pressing on the button in the center of each wheel and pulling straight out, and they pop right out. Next step is to raise the hood. Simply a matter of grabbing the front, raising it up and straight up, and the next step is to raise the front wall, the right hand side wall, and we pin them together at the top, and we lift the left wall and pin it in place, as you can see in the upper left corner of your screen. Next step is to open the door and to take the slide out spacers out and place them at hand so that we have them accessible when we pull out the slide outs. So I'm going over to the left side and I'm going to be placing the Velcro waterproofing strip. Now I'm going to lift the hood, pull it all the way up and secure it on each side. Now I have to be careful that the edges of the hood sit in the tracks that are made for that purpose on each side, and then they have to be pinned to the second level wall. And now I'm having a bit of trouble getting that pin in, and actually I did fix that. I found a way of fixing it so that it slides in more easily, but here I'm wasting a fair bit of time trying to get it in. And now we retract the lateral extension and support it with the pink spacer, and we raise the window awning. It's just a matter of pulling up on it and place the Velcro waterproofing strip on the rear left corner. We don't have to put it on the right corner because the awning will take care of that. And now we pull out the foot extension and place a spacer underneath it. And now we will unroll the awning, and we're going to pin the two corners of it with each a tent peg. Those are the only tent pegs that we need for the whole thing. And now we'll secure the side of the vestibule with Velcro along the side of the camper, and that is it. The camper setup time is a little over 3 minutes. Now setting up my tent, let's see how that goes. I have to admit that I haven't done it for quite a while. I haven't set it up this year, so you'll see that in a couple of places I'm hesitating and have to think about what I'm doing. But so I start by separating the two pieces, and here I forgot to put the ground sheet. You'll see, whoops, then I think of it, oh darn, the ground sheet. So here I'll take the ground sheet and spread it out. Now, fortunately, this is a very nice grass lawn. There's no stones and sharp sticks that I have to pick up and clean out. So there's no preparation required here, but sometimes you have to be very careful when you're setting up a tent not to set it up on a sharp object. So now I'm laying down the tent and spreading it out. And now we have to secure the whoops, I guess I had it the wrong way around. So I decided that I wanted the opening on the other side. And now we're going to secure the four corners with tent pegs. So we have to take them out of the bag, of course. And there we are, I'm laying them down. I've got the four here for the corners. And I'm going to be pinning the corners. Now what I could have done at the same time, I think, no, this would not be the right time. I was going to say we could clip the corners, but that's going to be done when the second part is attached. Here we are. So the four corners are pegged. Now we're going to take the two tent poles, and there's only two tent poles with this. Some tents have 3 or even more, but this is a rather simple tent. Take the elastic off it and then extend it, and we're going to place it. We have to put the tips, the ends of the pole, in grommets on opposing corners. So that one is in one grommet, and I will flex it and stick it into the other grommet. We let it down to the ground. Then we'll take the elastic off, extend the second pole, and it's actually quite easy to do, but it takes time. I mean, it takes the time it takes. Now we're going to put the ends of the pole in the grommets and the 2 unused grommets, like this. And now we have to attach the center top of the tent to the 2 poles. Now here I'm trying to find the middle, having trouble locating the middle, but it's there. That doesn't seem to be it. Where is the middle? Ah, here's the middle. And now we attach it. Oops, one of the loops fell. Okay, here we are. We're holding the 2 loops together, and the 2 hoops or loops, whatever you want to call them. And now we're going to clip the tent to the poles. On either side there's several clips, 3 or 4 clips on each corner, and they are, there's and then finally there's going to be one more set to do, and that's the bottom part of the tent that's all set up here. Now, okay, for the next part. Now it's always a problem to figure out which way to put it. You have to have it right side up. You have to have the right end at the correct end. Really, it's just a matter of finding out where the door is. If you can figure out where the door is, you can figure out how to place the top. And once it's in the correct orientation, whoops, I guess I didn't have it right. Here we start over. I guess if you do this often enough, you get used to it. Last year I did it quite often, and I got used, but I guess I'm rusty. I was rusty here. So now we clip the corners together. And here's another corner. And another corner. Okay. And now we have to peg out the guys. There's quite a few guy ropes on this. There's one in each corner, and then there's 2 in the center of each of the 4 sides. There's a total of 18 all told. I think some tents may be simpler than this one, but there's also pop-up tents that exist now, and I don't really know how effective they are in high winds or in the rain, though. And I've heard some reports of the pop-up tents are very complex. There's a lot of parts to them, and I think there's a high probability of something breaking. And if one of the pieces breaks, it's probably impossible to fix it at the campsite. You're probably stuck with a tent that you can't use. So I'm a little leery about the pop-up tents. And I haven't read any reports about them. So until I hear what other people have to say about them, I'm going to keep away from them for now. So we're almost there. Okay, so we're done. Next, I'm going to show how I take down my camper, and then followed by how I take down the tent. And at the very end, I'm going to show a table that gives the times for all 4 operations. Bravo, we're done. Takedown time a little more than 7 minutes. This is the table that shows the times for each operation. This isn't meant to be a scientific measure of the differences, but what we can see from this is that setting up and taking down the camper is faster than with my tent. We could argue about how much faster, but that still remains only one of the many reasons why I prefer my bicycle camper to a tent and using panniers for the equipment. So thank you for watching. If you'd like more information about electric bikes or about my books on sailing, go to www.robertberiault.com.